Qualifying is over. It is time to go racing. Up front will be Robert Brill and Patrick Gitter. Jarrett Woodard and Jeremy Edwards on the second row. Pudge and Jason Miz on the third row. Blake Vicken and Jeremy Gardner on the fourth row. Jacob Morgan and Kevin Bernheimer rounding out the top 10. 11th is Kenny Hyde Jr. James Smith is in 12th. Colby Whipple is 13th, Dean Webb is 14th, PJ Cox 15th, Lonnie Roberts 16th, Brandon Newby is 17th, Brian O'Shell 18th, Bryant DeYoung is 19th, and Charles Joplin is 20th, Justin Swafford is 21st, Ryan McDaniel is 22nd, Christopher Green is 23rd, Barry is 24th, almost got me this week, 25th is Joe Ogle, 26 is Tony Karen, Bradley Hunt 27th, and 28 is Russell Worth. They almost got me this week. Bryant DeYoung is cheering on Bryant DeYoung tonight. And Brenda is cheering on Russell as always, especially now that he's not in a Ford. There is the look from the end of pit lane as the cars get lined up. Looks like everybody is gridded. Pace car about to start rolling. Of course, it is a Ford. It can break down at any point. And Brandon Newby cheering himself on as well. Patrick Gitter, Robert Brill up on the front row. 28 cars in the field tonight. Pace truck will drop, or the pace car, excuse me, will drop off onto pit road for a full service because it's a Mustang and probably needs it. Pace car is in. Down toward the start finish line they go. Green flag is in the air there, down and away. And already 3 wide on the front straightaway. Looks like 1 or 2 drivers did not get a great restart. Tire wear is going to be an issue here. Expect to see a couple guys taking it very, very easy early on. And this track is unique. Both ends. Caution is out already. Looks like Kenny Hyde Jr. and Jason Miz might have been involved. Kenny Hyde Jr. in the 50th. Oh, there was a car bouncing off the wall on the back straightaway. Gets a little bit of the 95 and several cars involved. A lot of drivers going to have to use a fast repair early here. Try and look at as many of these as we can under caution. And everybody trying to avoid it, but not everybody could. Guys trying to check up really hard back behind had nowhere to go. There is Charles Joplin as he comes through. Already too, as they bounced off the pit wall. I couldn't tell who that was. They just barely skated by down to the apron. Ryan McDaniel, we talked to him. The birthday boy gets caught in it as well in the 66. Hard hit. And it looks like even Barry got caught in this one. Poor Barry. And I do believe Russell Worth might have been caught in this as well. Russell almost making it through, gets clipped right there at the end. Christopher Green involved, Bradley Hunt involved. A ton of drivers involved, a lot of trucks on pit road already. All right, PJ Cox saying, I have to check his car. Looks good. I'm not seeing any damage at all. I'm guessing I'm looking for something else though. Yep, that truck looks good. Pace car leading him around. A lot of cars involved in that incident on lap one. As we mentioned, this track is a concrete track. It is abrasive on the tires. And looking at the track map, you really can't tell as much as you can when you're in the car. We'll ride along with some cars after we get a few green flag laps in, but both ends of the track have different radius of the corner. Both ends have different banking as well. Turns 3 and 4 can really eat up the tires. 17 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2, 14 degrees of banking in turns 3 and 4, 8 to 10 degrees of progressive banking on the front stretch. Oh, gotcha. Okay. We're going to try and get the in-car view from PJ Cox of the incident. If we can get it before the green drops here. And, oh, PJ Cox, amazing save. As they come down to the green flag, green flag is in the air. PJ Cox was driving by the force tonight. That's the only way he got through there. Everybody is down and away. Pudge is now up into fourth. He has made his way up early on. Everybody is back out on track. It looks like 25 of the 28 cars on the lead lap. 3 cars, 1 or more laps down after repairs. 3 wide into turn 3 mid-pack. Charles Joplin up on the high side making some moves. Patrick Gitter in the lead. Jeremy Edwards second, Pudge is third, Blake Vicken is fourth, and Jarrett Woodard is in fifth. Looking through the field, Brandon Newby, so far one of the biggest movers, up 6 spots to 11th. Managed to come through that chaos clean. Bryant DeYoung also up 6 spots. Justin Swafford has made it through, up 6 spots. Patrick Gitter out front though, and Pudge just turned the fastest lap of the race so far in 3rd place. And you know what? Since PJ was kind enough to let us tune into his in-car through the wreck, let's take a lap around in his car, in his truck, so you guys can see what we mean by all the differences between the ends of the track. Down towards the start-finish line, and a couple of beer trucks right in front of him. Off into turn 1, guys running up high, trying to save a little bit of tire. Down the back straightaway, 4 degrees of banking here. Carry as much momentum as you can. You do have to get on the brakes a little bit to get a little rotation. You hear him get out of the throttle, then back up the track. There's multiple grooves to be run around this track. back across the start-finish line, and you see everybody spreading out every lap. Blake Vicken trying to make his way forward. He is moving up into 4th. Patrick Gitter out front, but Jeremy Edwards has caught back up to him. He pulled away just a little bit. Pudge still back there in 3rd. Pudge is yet to have a win this season, so when it comes time for the All-Star event, he'll have to be voted in if he doesn't get a win soon. And Ed cheering on Brandon Newby, who's now up 9 spots. He is up into the top 10, started in 17th, currently running 8th. Brandon Newby has had a hit and miss season so far, but his last few races he has managed to come through, and these 1.5-mile tracks seem to be where he excels at. Patrick Gitter now has the challenge from Jeremy Edwards. How hard is Jeremy going to push it here early? Jacob Morgan only been in for a couple of races now. Started at Bristol. He's currently running in 5th. He is one to watch as the season goes on. I've raced with Jacob before. Always one of the fastest guys on track. Jeremy Gardner getting back into 9th after starting 8th. Colby Whipple back to 10th. Colby Whipple looking to the low side though. He wants that position back. PJ Cox right there with him. A battle going on behind as Dean Webb tries to make his way forward, but James Smith fighting back. Dean Webb down on the bottom. Patrick Gitter has started to open up a small gap. Patrick Gitter comes into tonight's race with the points lead and the most wins this season. Jeremy Edwards, though, has been clawing his way forward week after week. $50 to 60 laps on tires and fuel, as we heard during pre-race. I'm betting that none of the drivers that hit pit road took tires early during that lap 1 incident. So expect to see it, but they might have taken fuel. However, once the top guys start hitting pit road, everybody will start hitting pit road. A lot of racing up here. Jarrett Woodard now in 5th, Kevin Bernheimer in 6th. Jacob Morgan up on the high side in 7th, trying to pick up another position. Caution is out. Brian O'Shell involved. Oh, the 69 gets turned around and Brian O'Shell just gets yeeted up to the wall. Brad Hunt gets turned. And it looks like the 99 was also caught in that. Let's take another look at the incident with Brad Hunt. I am not sure. See if we can find a little better angle. Looks like Bradley Hunt was coming down at the same time the 244 headed up the track. 3 cars involved into the safer barrier. Expect to only see drivers on pit road. No, wait a minute. The leaders are coming to pit road. Looks like possibly the entire field coming to pit road. We're going to watch Brandon Newby closely, see if we can get a word with him. Brandon, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Heck yeah, dude. How's it going?
Man, it's going good, but it's going really good for you right now.
Well, I want to say something very controversial. Just lead off the night. How about them Cowboys?
Well,
man, it's going good, man. I'm having fun.
It looks like it, man. You're flying through the field. I mean, I'm trying to see where you're going to come off pit road. Looks like you didn't lose anything. You're already up into 7th place after starting 17th.
Man, I ran a lot of dirt earlier in the week, man. Got my feel back into things, man. Starting to have fun again.
That is awesome. Well, man, good luck. And you mentioned the Cowboys, but don't forget, hook 'em horns.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
All righty. Later.
Brandon Newby, obviously, talked to him after the race last week. Obviously, a bit of frustration there, but man, you can hear it in his voice. He is excited to be back out here tonight, and it is showing on track. Looks like Russell Worth, and I believe that is Jason Miz, will get waved around the pace car, putting both of them back to the lead lap. Man, it is great to hear the excitement in these drivers' voices tonight. A lot of frustrated drivers after Martinsville. That tends to happen when you're short track racing, but guys are excited again here tonight. And this is not an easy track to master or win at. And this is the legacy version of Kentucky, so it is even trickier, a little bit bumpier, a little bit less grip, and a lot more tire wear. And a lot of patches in the track. You see the ones there on the back straightaway. There's a couple through 3 and 4, and those patches can actually unsettle the truck as well. Coming down the front straightaway, should be getting 1 to green this time. Lights are out on the pace truck. Russell Worth and Jason Miz get waved around. Brian O'Shell might be done for the night, and I'm showing 3 trucks still on pit road. Bradley Hunt, Christopher Green, and Joe Ogle all on pit road. A little bit of attrition here early. Down the back straightaway, pace car will drop off out of turn 4. Patrick Gitter will control the restart. Jeremy Edwards comes in tonight 4th in points, looking to pick up some spots. Pudge comes into tonight, ironically, in 7th in points. No, I stand corrected. He came in tonight 6th in points. My mistake. Pace car is in. They are down and away. Green flag is in the air. 100 laps to go. Patrick Gitter gets a good jump on the field. And Pudge looking low for 2nd. Jeremy Edwards going to give him a run out of turn 2, but can he hold him off? Pudge clears for a moment. Will he be able to get clear into turn 3? It's a drag race. Pudge clears him into turn 3. Jeremy Edwards back to 3rd. Bernheimer in 4th. And Jarrett Woodard, man, those two are really going at it. Brandon Newby on a mission here. He is now up to 6th, looking for 5th. Patrick Gitter now almost an 0.8 of a second lead over Jeremy Edwards, who has gotten back around Pudge. Blake Vicken back in 4th. Brandon Newby now in 5th. Bernheimer in 6th. Jacob Morgan in 7th. Morgan's got a run. He's closing in on Newby. Newby looking low. And Brandon Newby's going to clear Kevin Bernheimer. No, he's not. Bernheimer has not given up yet. That is the battle for 5th place right there. Bernheimer holds on to it for the moment. Jeremy Gardner and Jarrett Woodard going at it right behind. A lot of single file racing through the field. One of the drivers we've seen come up through the fields more than once this season, Dean Webb, now currently back in 6th place. Russell Worth still being scored. It looks like 1 lap down. Same with Jason Miz. So hopefully they'll get back around to the lead lap and Russell can see just how much power that Chevy gives him. Blake Vicken holding on to 4th place, but Bernheimer looking low. Newby looking high on Bernheimer. Everybody on fresh tires out here, so we know they can make it to around lap 70 on tires, on fuel. But again, when these guys start pitting, as soon as somebody around you starts pitting, you're coming in. There is a huge difference in speed between the first lap and even 5 laps later. Patrick Gitter's fastest lap so far, 31.6. Last lap, 32.07. He's got just 6 laps on those tires and already 0.4 of a second off, and it will continue to drop. Justin Swafford, another driver who is starting to make his way through the field. I believe he was the one that actually successfully navigated that mess on the back straightaway. He is now up into 10th after starting 21st. Swafford is another one that has not qualified well this season, but always up there at the end. PJ Cox in 11th, Colby Whipple in 12th. Bryant DeYoung has picked up 5 spots so far and looking for more down by... Bryant's in a new paint scheme tonight. He's got the Wrangler paint scheme. Oh, sorry, that's not Bryant. That is Robert Brill in the Wrangler paint scheme. Bryant is still in his usual car. And Dean Webb is starting to sneak his way up through the field as well. Charles Joplin, who was involved in that early incident, has picked up a few spots up to 17th now. Barry started in 24th, is now up to 18th. The birthday boy Ryan McDaniel currently in 21st, Tony Caron in 22nd. Don't expect Tony to be back there long though. Meanwhile, Patrick Gitter has his lead is stable at about 0.8 of a second over Jeremy Edwards. Pudge back in 3rd. Blake Vicken in 4th has a line of cars right behind him. Bernheimer in 5th, Newby in 6th, Morgan in 2nd, Jarrett Woodard back in 8th. Jeremy Gardner in 9th. And Justin Swafford in 10th continues making his way forward. I do believe Jeremy Edwards has cranked it up a little bit. He is actually starting to close the gap just a little bit. Has a little drafting help from Pudge. Hey, thank you, Melissa. I really appreciate it. Blake Vicken in fourth, Bernheimer in fifth. Morgan looking on the high side on Brandon Newby, trying a crossover move. He drops down to the bottom down the front straightaway. And you can pick up a little speed, just shortening the distance on the front straightaway, getting down there on the apron, but the tire wear often not worth it because you have to come off of that 4 to 8 degrees of banking onto a flat track and a different surface, and it can upset the car, and it does wear the tires. Jarrett Woodard right on the back bumper of this battle. Holy cow! Jacob Morgan almost gets Brandon Newby there. Great save by both drivers. Gardner in 9th, Justin Swafford in 10th. PJ Cox right there with him. Kenny Hyde Jr., who was involved in the early incident, in 12th right now. Colby Whipple in 13th, and I have to ask, where was Bryce Whipple during that first couple of incidents? We did not get descriptive bonks. Bradley Hunt apparently is out of the race, cheering on Dean Webb. Looks like we do have a few drivers out of the race so far. Brian O'Shell, Christopher Green, and Bradley Hunt all out of the race. Russell Worth and Jason Miz trying to reclaim the lead lap. Patrick Gitter trying to hold the lead, but Jeremy Edwards is closing the gap, and he is starting to pick up momentum now. He was 0.8 of a second back, now down to about 0.5 of a second. Nowski currently running in third. Is he going to look for the pass here? They've been managing to stay nose to tail and close the gap up. Bernheimer in fourth has started pulling away from fifth place. Brandon Newby. Blake Vicken has gotten past Jacob Morgan for sixth. Morgan back in seventh. Jarrett Woodard in eighth. Ninth is Jeremy Gardner, and 10th is Swafford. Kenny Hyde Jr. in 11th. PJ Cox has drifted back into 14th. Colby Whipple now in 12th. Robert Brill, the newcomer this week, in the number 3 Wrangler car. Seven, 18 laps in. I can't math tonight, apparently. 18 laps into this run. Looks like Bradley Hunt is coming back out on track to at least collect some points. And he has already picked up 2 spots. He'll pick up a couple more spots as he continues to run. And if attrition becomes a problem again, Brandon Newby in 5th, losing ground to Bernheimer. And look at this, they're 20 laps, or almost 20 laps into a run. Everybody going 3 wide. Now you'll be able to see who has been saving and who has been using up their tires, as some guys will start drifting back and a few guys who have managed to save some tires will come forward. We had a car in the wall. Is Blake Vicken. Blake Vicken gets the wall off turn 2. Everybody manages to avoid it, but he loses a ton of ground, and he's got heavy damage on the right front. Justin Swafford has drifted back to 13th after being up in the top 10. And some of these guys starting to make their way forward as the tire wear becomes an issue. Jeremy Gardner has made his way back to 8th, and here comes Robert Brill. The newcomer is showing his stuff here. Brill comes by Jeremy Gardner to take 8th place. Kenny Hyde Jr. not far ahead, neither is Jacob Morgan. Patrick Gitter in the lead. Pudge now has gotten past Jeremy for second. Kevin Bernheimer back in fourth. And Brandon Newby has started closing in. Jason Miz is on pit road. Dean Webb is on pit road. Russell Worth has come to pit road. A little bit early, but could we be seeing green flag stops here? Pudge starting to close in on Patrick Gitter for the lead. Now 0.3 of a second back. Jeremy Edwards starting to lose a little ground. He is now 1 second back. Kevin Bernheimer in fourth. Brandon Newby in fifth, starting to close back up. Jacob Morgan in sixth. Kenny Hyde Jr. in seventh. Those two have been going at it for several laps now. And Robert Brill is loving that battle in front of him as he is closing in. Jeremy Gardner in ninth, Colby Whipple in 10th now. And look here, Charles Joplin has come through the pack. He is now up to 11th. He was involved in one of the early incidents. Meanwhile, a three-wide battle back here. Swafford, Woodard, and DeYoung. Blake Vicken did come to pit road to get repairs after that incident off of turn 2. Russell Worth now coming back up to speed down on the bottom as the leaders come by. And we will be able to closely watch, and you'll see just the difference in speed. Watch Russell Worth as he closes back in on the two lead cars. Through 1 and 2, he'll close up really quickly. Tire wear at Kentucky is such a big issue. Up to the high side, he flies by Pudge. Oh, maybe not yet. Looks like Russell might be taking it a little bit easy on those fresh tires. Truck tends to be a little bit loose on the first 2 laps on fresh tires here. And now we're going to have a battle for the lead. As Pudge started looking low but couldn't quite get there yet. Patrick Gitter, though, still holding him off for the moment. Off into 3 and 4. Russellworth dropping to the bottom, trying to unlap himself. Jeremy Edwards back in third, losing ground to this lead battle. Brandon Newby is close back up to Kevin Bernheimer, has not made a move yet for the position. Kenny Hyde Jr. 6th, Robert Brill in 7th, Jacob Morgan 8th, Charles Joplin, and Charles Joplin's now up to 9th after starting 20th and being caught in one of the earlier incidents. And now he is going to drop down to the bottom and go past Jacob Morgan. Move Charles Joplin now up to 8th. Robert Brill back in 7th. Continuing his march forward as well. He is looking to take 6 from Kenny Hyde Jr. And Brandon Newby just ahead is trying to take 4th from Kevin Bernheimer. Looks like he has got it. Jeremy Edwards gives up 3rd place, comes to pit road. Bernheimer's on pit road. Expect everybody to come to pit road any lap now. Patrick Gitter we've got a lot of cars on pit road. Gardner, Whipple, Woodard, Swafford, Ryan McDaniel. Will we see the leaders come in this time? Patrick Gitter and Pudge out front. How long do they stay out? They both continue to turn laps. Do not go to pit road. Brandon Newby gives up 3rd. He comes to pit road. Last time the leaders pitted was lap 17. 35 laps ago. How much longer? We knew some of the drivers could go 50 or more laps, but tire wear is becoming an issue. The leader, Patrick Gitter, comes to pit road. Pudge stays out. Kenny Hyde Jr. is now in 3rd. Robert Brill, who has worked his way through this field, has now made his way to 4th. Charles Joplin into 5th. Pudge way high out of turn 2. And it looks like Pudge is going to drop down and go to pit road. Kenny Hyde Jr. should assume the lead. As pit stops cycle through, Patrick Gitter is coming back up off pit road now. Kenny Hyde Jr. is still out. Charles Joplin still out. Dean Webb and Blake Vicken all still on still out, have not been to pit road. Kenny Hyde Jr. slowing for pit road. Charles Joplin comes to pit road. Dean Webb is still out. Blake Vicken still out. I stand corrected. Dean Webb, Blake Vicken both pitted about 20 laps ago. Or I'm sorry, 10 laps ago. Dean Webb pitted on lap 41, Blake Vicken on 43. Brandon Newby gets a speeding penalty on pit road. Dean Webb currently has the lead. Blake Vicken in 2nd. Jeremy Edwards now has 3rd. Patrick Gitter is back in 4th, and Pudge is in 5th. Bernheimer in 6th. Colby Whipple in 7th. Justin Swafford now up to 8th. Jeremy Gardner in 9th. Robert Brill in 10th. Everybody has been to pit road. Oh, a little bit close there. Coming off turn 4 between Brill and Gardner. Let's see if we can get a better angle on that. Not as close as it looked. He came up right behind it, but Blake Vicken and Dean Webb now hoping for a caution before the other cars, too many of the other cars that just pitted, get to them. But Jeremy Edwards is right there looking for the lead. He drops down to the bottom. Edwards now to second, looking for the lead from Blake Vicken. Patrick Gitter also closing in. Pudge back in fifth, trying to run him down as well. And looks like we've got a car up on the high side. That is the 99. Joe Ogle just turning laps now to make up some points. Jeremy Edwards has retaken the lead. Patrick Gitter has cleared Blake Vicken for second. Pudge is back in fifth. Still has to get by the two cars in front of him to get back into that battle for the lead. Down the back straightaway, comes past the 99. Use the 99 a little bit to get a little extra drafting help there. Now closing in on Dean Webb. Pudge gets a run, comes by Dean Webb, now looking for Blake Vicken. Kevin Bernheimer in sixth, Colby Whipple in seventh, and Justin Swafford currently running in eighth, but that newcomer, Robert Brill, having a really good night here tonight. He is currently in ninth, but had ran his way as far as up as sixth place before green flag stops began. Brandon Newby, who got a speeding penalty, now a lap down in 21st. Joe Ogle has come back to pit road. Bryant DeYoung also now a lap down. Tony Caron having a bit of a rough night tonight. He is back in 20th. Not where we're used to seeing Tony at. Jeremy Edwards had a little bit of a lead. It is shrinking because Patrick Gitter is coming quickly. He is now 3/10, just over 3/10 behind. Pudge back in third, just under 2 seconds behind. And Blake Vicken battling with Russell Worth, who is a lap down currently, trying to hope for a way back to the lead lap. Bernheimer coming by, trying to run down Blake Vicken. Dean Webb starting to slip. Remember, Blake Vicken and Dean Webb have 10 lap older tires than everybody else. Colby Whipple back in 7th after starting 13th, starting to make his way forward. Newcomer Robert Brill in 8th. Justin Swafford in 9th, battling with Jacob Morgan for 9th as Morgan makes a move down to the bottom. Just over halfway through the event, and so far the trucks to beat have been Jeremy Edwards and Patrick Gitter. And it looks like Gitter is going to the bottom. He is going for the lead again. Bradley Hunt back out on the track, trying to pick up as many spots as he can directly in front of the leaders. Patrick Gitter back to the lead. Edwards in second. Pudge in third comes by. Kevin Bernheimer in fourth. Blake Vicken in fifth. Dean Webb in sixth. Colby Whipple now up to seventh. Robert Brill in eighth. Jacob Morgan ninth. Justin Swafford in 10th. Then it's Jarrett Woodard in 11th. Kenny Hyde Jr. in 12th. Charles Joplin, what a comeback he's had. He is in 13th. PJ Cox currently 14th. Ryan McDaniel, the birthday boy, now up to 15th after starting 22nd. Jeremy Gardner in 16th. Lonnie Roberts up to 17th. James Smith is 18th. Barry is currently in 19th. Tony Karen in 20th. Brandon Newby, Bryant DeYoung, Jason Miz, Russell Worth rounding out the cars, still up to speed. It looks like Bradley Hunt and Joe Ogle are at least... Oh! Jacob Morgan gets together with the 77. Several cars involved. Caution is out. See if we can figure out what the heck happened. Let's back this up a little bit. It looked like it started with, I think Jacob Morgan thought he was clear, just comes up, clips Russell Worth, clips the 12 car of Colby Whipple. Colby looked like he might have had it saved. Dean Webb manages to go down to the bottom, but Dean ends up sideways. And look at that, Swafford gets through another one. Expect to see everybody on pit road for tires, but wow. Swafford clears that one, is up to 9th now. Looks like it's going to move him back forward. Several drivers will get a lap back here. Everybody is, all lead lap cars are coming to pit road. We're going to talk to Justin Swafford in just a second. Hey, Justin, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
10-4.
Hey, I have to ask, man, how many Lucky Rabbit's feet do you have hanging in your sim rig right now?
I tell you, man, it's crazy right now.
You made it through that big wreck on the front straightaway, or on the back straightaway, excuse me, just barely. And I mean, it was really close. Then you make it through that incident completely unscathed. How many more lucky avoidance do you have tonight?
I don't know. We're about to find out. I'm hoping this stays green the rest of the way because I don't want any more cautions. So hopefully it can stay green. We can finish this thing under green flag.
Well, you've definitely had one of the cars to beat, especially about mid-run. Your truck really just seems to come alive and you keep moving forward.
Yeah, I kind of started letting out of it a little bit more, so not driving it so hard. So I'm starting to slowly figure this place out.
It is a bit tricky, but man, you've worked your way all the way up to 4th. Definitely have an advantage here on the restart. Hopefully you'll be able to get up there and get it done.
Let's hope so, but my dumb self got a speeding penalty, so I'm dropping to the back.
Well, good luck coming back through the field, man.
Thank you.
I have a feeling Justin Swafford will get through the field just fine. Patrick Gitter in the lead. Pudge now in second. Hey, Pudge, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir, Doug. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, it's been an up and down night, but you've been in the top 3 literally the whole race, and I know you still haven't got that first win of the season. Is tonight your night?
Man, Doug, I really hope so. I'm really giving her all she's got. This truck ain't going to be worth nothing after this race.
You have had some really close calls with the wall tonight, but managed to keep it off there. It is definitely obvious you are pushing that thing to its absolute limit.
I sure am, man. With Jeremy and Pat up here, it's a tough bunch to run with, and I'm definitely going to have to run my best race to get a win.
All right, man. Well, good luck. Hopefully it stays green for you and you keep that truck out of trouble.
Yes, sir, Doug. Appreciate it. For everybody watching, give my boy Doug a like and a follow out there.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir, brother.
All right, Patrick Gitter is in the lead. Pudge now up in second. Swafford, after the speeding penalty, drops back to 19th place. Don't expect him to stay back there long with this group packed back up. A caution is obviously very possible. And he has been able to avoid everything tonight. And he has a very fast truck. Expect to see Justin Swafford back up in the top 5 before too much longer. Meanwhile, Pudge up here looking for win number 1 on the season. Looking to get qualified for the All-Star race here. Patrick Gitter looking for win number 3 here tonight. Just under 50 laps to go here at Kentucky. And Brandon Newby just called his shot. 20th to 1st. Hold his beer. We'll be watching that Coors Light truck closely. Send it, Brandon. Good luck, everybody. Pace car is in. They're down and away. Green flag is in the air. Patrick Gitter gets another amazing restart. Pudge in second. Has Bernheimer and Edwards all over the back bumper. Blake Vicken has made his way up, back up into 5th. And look who's up on the high side. Kenny Hyde Jr.'s back in the fight. Caution is out. Looks like PJ Cox involved. PJ starting to move. Oh, PJ just gets loose off of turn 2. Bounces back across the track. Only one other car collected. And I believe it was Jason Miz who gets caught again. Jason Miz has had a rough night. Looks like Bradley Hunt may have also been caught in this one. Another driver who's had zero luck tonight. And it looks like Barry, I'm not sure if that was Barry or that might have been Bryant. That was Bryant DeYoung coming up across. I think he got a piece of it too. As did Joe Ogle. I was trying to see. Charles Joplin gets by. Trying to determine who that was in the Wrangler car that got caught up in that. I think that might have been Colby. That was Jeremy Gardner that got caught up on the high side as well. Brandon Newby got through. He is up to 16th. Swafford got through, still in 19th. But Brandon did say hold his beer. Let's see if we can talk to Patrick. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir. Got you, Doug.
Hey, so is it going to be win number 3 here tonight?
Man, I sure hope so. I don't know. I had my eye on Pudge that last green flag run. I don't know how he was saving tires that well, but man, he was making up some time. These guys, I'm looking at the guys in front of me and my relative team. Jeremy Edwards, Kevin Bernheimer, all those guys are fast. So I'm just hoping I can keep it up front out here. So we'll see how these last 45 laps or so go.
Well, I know the points have really tightened up over the last couple of races, and a win here would definitely be to your advantage. The only driver so far with multiple wins this season, but looks like things are about to get more exciting as the season goes on.
Man, I hope so. This has been an incredible league to be a part of. I mean, there's guys on here that are so fast. I mean, week to week, it's been kind of interesting because you've got the same guys that are fast week to week to watch out for. But I mean, it seems like the majority of the weeks it's been a new driver that's taken him the win. So it's been a fun league to kind of watch, keep an eye on. I'm just excited to see how it unfolds these last, for the rest of the league here.
All right, man. Well, get ready to go. Good luck. Shoot, I lost track. I'm at 40 some odd laps left to go, buddy.
Yes, sir. 10-4. Appreciate it, Doug.
All right, Patrick Gitter. I lost count in the laps. All right, so it is Patrick Gitter and Pudge on the front row, Jeremy Edwards, Kevin Bernheimer on the second row, Blake Vicken, Kenny Hyde Jr. on the third row, Jarrett Woodard and Charles Joplin on the fourth row, Ryan McDaniel, James Smith rounding out the top 10. Lonnie Roberts, Jacob Morgan, Barry in 13th, Tony Karen now up to 14th, Colby Whipple in 15th, Brandon Newby 16th, then Dean Webb, Jeremy Gardner, Justin Swafford, and Bryant DeYoung rounding out the lead lap cars. PJ Cox, Jason Miz, looks like Jason is out. PJ Cox is 21st. Robert Brill back on pit road. Joe Ogle and Russell Worth also on pit road. Patrick Gitter getting ready to lead them down. Pace car is in. Patrick Gitter fires, green flag in the air there, down and away. Jeremy Edwards has a run on Pudge on the bottom. Off into turn one, everybody side by side. Kenny Hyde Jr. starting to make his way forward. He is looking for fourth from Bernheimer. Can't quite get there yet. Blake Vicken, involved in that incident earlier, hit the wall. Heavy damage, has made his way back into the top 5. Charles Joplin, who was also involved in one of the early incidents, started 20th, involved in that incident, has made his way to 7th. Jarrett Woodard in 8th, James Smith in 9th, Jacob Morgan in 10th. Brandon Newby, apparently somebody is holding his beer. He is up to 11th now. Ryan McDaniel, the birthday boy, is in 12th. Tony Karen in 13th, Jeremy Gardner in 14th, and Lonnie Roberts in 15th. Dean Webb, Barry, Bryant DeYoung, Justin Swafford, and Colby Whipple round out the top 20. Brandon Newby restarted the previous restart in 19th, has already made his way up to 11th, chasing down Jacob Morgan. Patrick Gitter trying to pull away, cannot get very far away from Jeremy Edwards. Pudge staying right with him. Bernheimer staying right with him. Joe Ogle is back out on the track. Kenny Hyde Jr. back in 5th. Blake Vick in 6th, Charles Joplin in 7th. All three involved in incidents at varying points in the race have managed to fight their way back into the top 10. Jarrett Woodard in 8th, James Smith in 9th making his way forward, Jacob Morgan in 10th. James Smith involved in one of the earlier incidents as well, ended up in the outside wall in 1 and 2, has fought his way back up into 9th. And Brandon Newby gets a speeding penalty, goes all the way to the back, and is now back up into the top 10. Patrick Gitter slowly starting to pull away here. Jeremy Edwards and Pudge trying to stay in line, work their way forward. Bernheimer trying to hang with them. Kenny Hyde Jr. in 5th. Blake Vick in 6th. Charles Joplin 7th. Every time Patrick Gitter manages to pull away just a little bit, Jeremy Edwards reels him back in. I do believe Jeremy Edwards and Pudge might be trying to save a little bit of tire, but also staying within range of Patrick Gitter. Jeremy Edwards, though, I don't think he's saving anything now. He is all over the back bumper of Patrick Gitter. Pudge staying right with him. Kevin Bernheimer losing a little bit of ground. Blake Vicken in 5th. Kenny Hyde Jr. now under attack. Charles Joplin looking low. And Pudge all the way back up to Jeremy Edwards' back bumper as Jeremy loses a little bit of ground on Patrick Gitter. Blake Vicken's recovery up to 5th place has been pretty dramatic and really, really well. Charles Joplin, the same thing. Kenny Hyde Jr. also getting caught and completely torn up. Has made his way back up into the top 10. James Smith back in 9th, and Brandon Newby has made his way up to 10th, still trying to run everybody down. Swafford got the speeding penalty on the last caution and is now fighting his way forward. And we've got a car in the wall up on the high side. I believe that was Joe Ogle. Joe pulling down off track, not drawing the caution. You got to give it to Joe Ogle on this one. He has not given up at all tonight and has picked up several positions just by getting back out there. I do believe Russell Worth might be, he is still sitting on pit road with repairs. And looks like 20 cars left on the lead lap. Several cars already out of the event. Several cars on pit road for repairs. Patrick Gitter pulling away again. Pudge starting to look a little racy behind Jeremy Edwards. 30 laps to go. Patrick Gitter starting to open up a bit of a lead as they battle for second. Pudge down to the bottom for second on Jeremy Edwards. Down the front straightaway, he drops to the apron. Slides up and takes second place into turn 2. Edwards back to third. That gave Kevin Bernheimer enough time to pull back up. Blake Vicken out there in 5th place, but Charles Joplin down to the bottom looking to take it. Kenny Hyde Jr. back in 6th. The top 5 really starting to close back up. Blake Vicken now looking low on Bernheimer. He's got the run down the front straightaway. Blake Vicken gets the nose ahead. He's going to clear him, and will he be able to do? Looked like he had a bit of a run on Jeremy Edwards. Meanwhile, Kenny Hyde Jr. came into turn 1 with a huge head of steam. Wasn't able to capitalize on it. Not a lot of room to move around. But he has definitely saved something for the later portion of this race. Patrick Gitter's lead, 0.6 of a second over Pudge. Jeremy Edwards in 3rd. Blake Vicken in 4th. And Charles Joplin continues marching his way forward. Kenny Hyde Jr. now coming by Bernheimer. They are still side by side. Bernheimer not giving up easy. Russell Worth saying his engine has blown up. Somebody obviously slipped a Ford engine into the Chevy. And you were supposed to start bringing more engines to the track, Russell. Just saying. Patrick Gitter's lead currently 0.7 of a second. Jeremy Edwards holding on to 3rd, but Blake Vicken has had an amazing comeback and is still fighting his way forward in 4th. Charles Joplin in 5th, Kenny Hyde Jr. back in 6th. Brandon Newby is now up to 8th. He got past Jacob Morgan and Ryan McDaniel. And the birthday boy has made his way into the top 10. Could Blake Vicken have something here? Could Charles Joplin? These two have overcome a ton and had a ton of speed here tonight. Patrick Gitter still holding a 0.7 of a second lead over Pudge. Excuse me. Jeremy Edwards is on pit road. The first of the green flag stops. 25 laps to go. Everybody can go the distance from here. Something has happened to Jeremy Edwards. He towed. There goes Jeremy Edwards down onto pit road. And trying to get woed up for pit road, he gets into the inside wall. What a heartbreak for a guy who's been in the top 5 all night long. Dean Webb is on pit road. Jarrett Woodard is on pit road. Jeremy Gardner and Colby Whipple. The back half of the field is starting to come to pit road. Now Patrick Gitter in the lead is in control of when the rest of the field comes. But once some of these drivers come back out on fresh tires, those decisions may be made for them as they come flying around the guys that have been out there. Patrick Gitter's fastest lap, 31.68. He last stopped on lap 69. His lap time is now 33.49. Almost 2 seconds off his fastest lap. Kentucky eats the tires and spits the truck out. And Brandon Newby's on pit road. Ryan McDaniel and Tony Karen also coming to pit road. Patrick Gitter, Pudge, Blake Vicken, Charles Joplin, and Kenny Hyde still out. Most of the top 10 still out here, but now with Brandon Newby and Ryan McDaniel giving up their top 10 spots, the leaders cannot afford to stay out very much longer. And it looks like Patrick Gitter is going to come to pit road. Pudge stays out one more time. Blake Vicken coming to pit road. Kenny Hyde Jr. also on pit road. James Smith is on pit road. Charles Joplin currently in second, Jacob Morgan in third, Bryant DeYoung fourth, and Barry is in fifth. Charles Joplin and Jacob Morgan are coming to pit road. Pudge continues to turn laps. Bryant DeYoung, Justin Swafford also still staying out. Patrick Gitter on his way off of pit road now. Bradley Hunt also out on track again. Pudge is still turning laps. I think he's expecting a caution through this exchange and putting him in the catbird seat, but it hasn't happened yet. Barry is on pit road. Jacob Morgan now on pit road. Brad Hunt on pit road. Pudge, Bryant DeYoung, and Justin Swafford, the only three trucks that have not been to pit road now. Kevin Bernheimer is leading the trucks that have been to pit road. Patrick Gitter just behind him. Jeremy Gardner behind him. And look at the speed difference as trucks with fresh tires come by Bryant DeYoung. And by Pudge, as Colby Whipple comes by Pudge. Pudge will have the fastest the fastest truck once he comes in. Some of these drivers will have already used up a little bit of tire, but man, he has got to be losing a ton of time here. Kevin Bernheimer is gaining quickly. Last time by, Pudge ran a 33.9. Last time by, Bernheimer ran a 31.9. 2 seconds faster. Pudge is finally coming to pit road. That leaves Bryant DeYoung and Justin Swafford out. Bryant DeYoung stays out. Swafford looks like he is not coming either. Bryant DeYoung assumes the lead for the first time tonight. And now drivers are starting to unlap themselves. As here comes Brandon Newby, currently running in 8th, unlapping himself and coming by a lot of trucks. Bryant DeYoung staying out, Swafford staying. No, Swafford comes to pit road. Bryant DeYoung still in the lead, but all these drivers on fresh tires are unlapping themselves. He's going to end up losing a lap on pit road, more than likely, unless he can go the distance from here. Patrick Gitter still 25 seconds back. Bryant DeYoung has been out there since lap 74. It is, I think, possible for him to go the distance on fuel. The question is, how much time is he going to lose? And can he hold on to the lead, as Patrick Gitter is currently 24 seconds back and a second and a half faster a lap right now. Bryant DeYoung has the lead, Patrick Gitter in second, Kevin Bernheimer in third, Jeremy Gardner in fourth, and Jarrett Woodard in fifth. Brandon Newby in sixth, Charles Joplin seventh, Kenny Hyde Jr. eighth, Jacob Morgan ninth, Dean Webb is 10th. Pudge has fallen all the way back to 18th place. Pudge trying to unlap himself as Bryant DeYoung stays on track. "11 laps to go. Can Bryant DeYoung go the distance on fuel from here? If he can, and if he can slow or keep enough distance between him and Patrick Gitter, he might pull off a miracle here at Kentucky tonight. That is the only strategy that makes sense for Bryant at this point. Bryant DeYoung, is he slow? He is coming to pit road. He gives up the lead, so Patrick Gitter will reassume the lead. Patrick Gitter coming down the back straightaway into turn 3. He'll reassume the lead with 10 laps to go. Kevin Bernheimer a second and a half behind him. Jeremy Gardner in third. Charles Joplin in fourth. Brandon Newby in fifth. Well, he did call it. He said he was going to start back there and go 20th to first. Hold his beer. He's still got 10 laps to get it done. Even if he doesn't get any further than fifth, that was an impressive run. Gitter out front, though. Almost 2 seconds over Bernheimer now. Oh, it gets a little dicey with Kenny Hyde Jr. and Jarrett Woodard there. That is the battle for 6th place as Kenny Hyde Jr. advances. PJ Cox is just now coming off pit road. Looks like he also pitted late. Bryant DeYoung currently running in 14th place. I have no idea how he pulled that one off, but he did not lose a lap on that stop, it looks like. He lost about a half a lap, but... Bradley Hunt has crashed. No caution yet. Not sure what led to him pulling down, but obviously something went terribly wrong. He has had an extremely rough night. Patrick Gitter way out front now, is lead increasing. 14 cars left on the lead lap after he comes past 15th place Colby Whipple. Swafford, who had to go to the tail end of the lead lap after a speeding penalty on the last caution, has made his way back up into 12th. Brandon Newby, Justin Swafford both have come back from a lot of adversity here tonight and continue to march their way forward. As the battle for third is heating up, Charles Joplin makes a pass on Gardner. Brandon Newby 1.5 seconds behind that battle in fifth. And he's got Kenny Hyde Jr. closing in. Meanwhile, Patrick Gitter's lead extending even further. 3-second lead with 5 laps to go. Kevin Bernheimer in second, one of his best runs of the season. Charles Joplin in third, also having an amazing run and an amazing comeback here tonight. Gardner in fourth and Brandon Newby in fifth. Pudge, after staying out longer than almost everyone, Pudge is right up by the safer barrier. He is now up into 16th, trying to run down Colby Whipple. Colby 18 seconds ahead of him. Pudge made a strategy play, hoping for that late race caution that never came. Three laps to go for Patrick Gitter. Will he pull off race win number 3 of the season? Can Bernheimer now? Patrick Gitter's lead now 3.7 seconds. Charles Joplin, meanwhile, 0.8 of a second back. Does he have enough time to catch and pass Bernheimer? Two to go for Patrick Gitter. Bernheimer in second, all over the back bumper of Colby Whipple, trying to get a little drafting help here, trying to keep Charles Joplin behind him. But Charles Joplin has taken 0.3 of a second off that gap in the last lap. Meanwhile, Patrick Gitter is going to come around and get the white flag with a 4.25 second lead. Bernheimer in second. 0.3 of a second behind is Charles Joplin. Lap traffic is coming into play. Bernheimer gets by, Charles Joplin gets by, and Charles right to the back bumper. More lap traffic ahead as Colby Whipple. Charles Joplin goes to the high side out of turn 4. It's a drag race down the front straightaway. It's going to be Charles Joplin pulling off second. Kevin Bernheimer comes home third. Kenny Hyde Jr. fourth. And Brandon Newby said he'd come to the front. He certainly did. He finishes up in fifth. Jeremy Gardner in sixth. Jacob Morgan seventh. Eighth is Blake Vick and Dean Webb in ninth. Jarrett Woodard in 10th. Pudge tried to play a little strategy, did not work out. He came home in 16th. Bryant DeYoung, similar strategy, comes home in 14th. Justin Swafford gets a speeding penalty under the last caution and recovers up to 11. And Patrick Gitter already celebrating. Let's see if we can get all to Kevin Bernheimer first. Hey Kevin, this is Doug. You got me?
I got you, bud. How you doing?
I'm good. I have to ask, man, that last few laps, was there anything else you could do to hold Charles off?
No, I was trying to. I seen him coming in the interval a little bit, and I was trying to just drag the brake a little bit. And he had a little bit fresher tires than me, so he was running me down. But yeah, he gets me right there at the line. I thought about dooring him for a minute, but me and Richie race together all the time, so he's a good guy. So no, it was a good time.
Well, it definitely looked like one of your best races of the season, and looked like you had quite a bit of speed out there tonight. Just needed a little luck in your favor.
Yeah, a couple green flag runs and a couple of pit stop strategy kind of worked out. Just kept it clean. If you got any damage, it really hurts you. So, yeah, I'm sweaty. We were working, that's for sure.
I'm sure you were, buddy. Man, congratulations. That was one heck of a run tonight.
All right, man. Thanks, Doug.
Looking to see if I can find Charles Joplin. Hey, Richie, this is Doug. You got me?
What's going on, Doug?
Hey, man. First of all, could you change your name in iRacing so I don't get confused?
You're looking for Charles? Yeah, I can change it. Everybody just knows me by Richie.
Yeah, I realized that a minute ago talking to Kevin. Anyway, man, congratulations on a second place finish, and that run the last 5 laps was impressive.
Yes, it was time to go. It was time to go. Didn't qualify real good. I qualified 20th. For some reason, I can't start off real good, but at the end, I'm usually there.
Yeah, you definitely, the last few weeks, man, and actually the last few of the big track races, you don't qualify well, but man, you are there at the end in the fight.
Yes, Otto's got my nickname, called me Charging Joplin for some reason. I don't know.
It's definitely appropriate. And man, that last 2 laps, I don't know how closely you were watching the relative. One lap you gained about a half a second on Kevin just in a single lap. The previous one was like 0.3 of a second, and he was using everything he could to draft and get an advantage.
Yes, yeah, I like racing with Kevin. Kevin's a good, clean racer, good, hard racer, and I just like racing with these guys. Man, they're just a lot of fun racing with these guys. It's awesome.
Well, man, you guys definitely put on a show. That was one heck of a comeback after the early incident too, man.
Yes, I was lucky. I finally got some luck on my side on that one.
Yeah, you definitely did. Congratulations, man. Heck of a run. I'm sure that first win is just a few weeks away.
I gotta beat Pat. Gotta get that getter out of the way.
Yeah, you do. Congratulations, man.
Later.
All right, let's see if we can get all of our winner here. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
10-4.
All right, I think some of the drivers would like your car to go to post-race inspection, especially after 3 wins this season, man. Congratulations. That was one heck of a win, too. It definitely was not an easy one for you.
Yeah, this track is so tricky, man. It's it's a legacy track at Kentucky. It's bumpy, it's rough. I mean, I know like something I've been working on a lot recently is just tire wear management, and that's huge at this track. So if you run the inside too long and too early in the run, I mean, you just wear the tires right off. So I was just kind of sticking to one lane up most of the race. Seemed to have paid off. But just want to thank Pudge, for putting this league on. Like I said earlier, man, it's been such a great league. We got a good community here, good group of guys, fast guys at that. I just want to thank our sponsor tonight. I think it was either Ryko or Into Being. Either way, I want to appreciate both of those groups because they've been sponsors for us already this season. So just want to throw a shout out to them as well.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. Win number 3. Obviously, taking a quick look at the points, you beat Kenny Hyde Jr. by about 4 spots. You gain a little bit. It should separate the top 3-4 places in points just a little bit, especially with Blair not being here. But definitely got a tough season ahead with some tough competition.
Oh yeah, man, I couldn't agree more. There's anytime I can get a win out, I'm going to take it. It's challenging group of guys to run with. I think the points are going to be close all season. Had a rough week last week at Martinsville, so just glad to make up a little bit of ground there.
All right, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Doug.
All right, Patrick Gitter comes home the first 3-time winner of the season, but I don't think he'll be the only one. Based on some of the racing we saw tonight, it was an epic night, and Brandon Newby, got to give a shout out. The last caution, he drives from 21st to 5th place. He called it in chat, said, hold my beer, I'm going to the front. He certainly did it. Several drivers like Charles Joplin managed to come through to the front after incidents. Kenny Hyde Jr., a lot of guys had an amazing recovery tonight. And Justin Swafford dodging wrecks and everything else was just, that was some truly great evasive driving. That guy's got a lot of luck that I need to borrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. The Fun League continues their Winter National Dirt Series. That'll be a very good night. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful evening.